Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. Alright, I was checking Facebook out today, right? And I had made a comment on somebody stating that the kid should be able to express their self any way to the parent. My thoughts on this, right, is that's why kids don't have no respect for adults. Now, kids need to understand that you are the child and I'm the adult. But today, the adults want to be the children's friend and wonder why the children want to challenge them. There has to be a line there. You become your child's friend when they become an adult. When they're growing, they have to understand the boundaries of being a child and a father and a mother. They have to understand that. The parent has to draw a line for the child to understand, to have respect. Now, it's a lot of kids that go out in the street and they just have no respect. And when people see them, they like, this kid is just disrespectful. This is just a disrespectful kid. But you know where it started, right? In the household. You have to understand that we as people, at some point in our life, are going to challenge situations. We're going to challenge other people. And if you don't set that boundary with your child that is off limits for you to challenge me and question me, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to challenge you. And you have no idea when that time is going to come. But you do know that they are going to challenge you. It's important for you to set that boundary for them to understand that you're the parent and they're the child. Being a good parent is not allowing your kid to say whatever they want, to go wherever they want, to sleep over people's houses whenever they want. Being a good parent is not just allowing your kid to do whatever. People think that they got to allow the kid to say whatever and do whatever to feel that the kid sees that they love them. That's what's going on now. That's what I say is going on now. The parents want to be the kid's friend before they're the parent. Kids is going to be disrespectful when they hang around certain company. When they're around certain people, they're going to display certain behaviors. They're going to pick up certain behaviors. If you accept those behaviors when they come around you and you don't correct them because you want to be a good parent and you don't want to say too much, you better understand those behaviors is going to come into your house. Your kid is going to challenge you. And both parents have to be on the same accord. When one parent is pulling against the other parent, there's never going to be no balance there. The kid is going to feel that they can challenge one over the other. Kids disrespect you because they see how you communicate with other people. They watch how you communicate with other people while you're on the phone, when you're in the car, road rage. They pay attention to that. They pick up those behaviors from you. And eventually, they're going to use those behaviors on you. So are you going to make sure you set a boundary to let the kid know I'm the parent and you're the child? Or are you going to indulge in why you were upset with the kid? It's a lot of parents that will involve themselves in a conversation with a child about something that they encountered with an adult, and then take the opinion of the child as if it had value. So now you're forming this child to be just like you are. You got to understand the child is going to challenge you. The child is going to challenge you. If you don't think a child is watching you when you act a certain way, you better know. When you do certain things, the child is watching you. When you act a certain way, the child is watching you. You better know that. And they're going to display the same behaviors that they see from you. So you got to expect that they're going to challenge you. Kids do the things that they observe. And if they see you hostile with other people all the time, they're going to display the same behaviors. But at the same time, you have to know how to set a boundary and let the kid know that you're still a child. It's certain things that kids shouldn't be into. And some parents will allow kids to do things they know they shouldn't do and wonder why the situations happen. It's certain kids that your kids shouldn't hang out with. That used to be real common at one time in life. You was told you couldn't hang around certain people. And your parent meant that. It's kids that came up that are older now would tell you, I couldn't go to those parties. I couldn't do that. But now, if the kid gets upset at the parent feels that they should say, all right, you can go here to that party. I wanted them to live and be a kid. There's no boundaries. There should always be boundaries in the household so that the kid can understand when they go outside to have a certain respect for other adults. And today, kids outside have no respect for adults they don't know. Even the adults they know, they don't have respect for. It was a time that because it was an adult, you had respect. Now, you not my mom. I don't have to respect you. When they're not even respecting the mom or the dad. That's what's going on. They're not even respecting the mom or the dad. So they're not going to have any respect in the street. They're not going to care what an adult says to them in the street. Kids are disrespectful because parents are encouraging behaviors that they see are wrong. It's parents that been in situations that their kids are in, but won't correct them. They congratulate them. They congratulate them when they're doing something they know that they're about to fail at. Now that's wicked. Knowing that this is going to put your child in a compromising situation, you congratulate it. Then they have the system. The system is supposed to be designed to help, I guess, to keep a certain order. But then it could be the system where they have kids that rebel for a lot of different reasons. But at the same time, they feel they have an outlet of a blanket, whereas though they can call and say anything but still act a certain way. The design of the system may help some situations, it may hurt some situations. Kids need to be thoroughly and observed thoroughly when they're acting a certain way. You can't just turn a blind eye to when the kids are acting a certain way and say that they'll overcome that. They'll get out of that. Because it's only going to worsen. It's females that have kids that will get in their face. Cuss them out. Say the worst things under the sun to their parents. But still expect their parents to be there for them. Still expect their parents to do the things that they want them to do. You have to set boundaries with kids. If you do not set boundaries, when they become a certain age, they will challenge you. And it's a lot of parents that are challenged daily because you didn't set that boundary. And that's important. You never accept a kid being disrespectful to you. It was a time where young boys would be scared to death to say things to their mother. Now, they say anything under the sun to their mother. They don't care. The level of disrespect that a young male has to his mother is like no other. I seen a video last week of a mother recording her son disrespecting her to the core. And when she said she was crying out for help, somebody get him. He had his mask on, just straight disrespecting his mom. It was a time that no matter if you was a boy or a man, you would never go to those limbs. But social media has made it so comfortable for a kid to be disrespectful. As in, when your parent says something to you on social media, you feel you got to say something back stronger. You got to say something hard, but not understanding that that's still your parent. The respect level is in the basement. And people really don't want to deal with disrespectful kids. Some people find themselves in a lot of compromised situations trying to level dealing with disrespectful kids. Some people can't take it. But it starts in the house. And that's bottom line. It starts with the company you allow your child to have. It starts with what you allow your kid to watch. It starts what you high five your kid about. It starts what you allow the energy to grow from. Energy can grow from a lot of different things, but it's all energy. And if you do not put your foot and finger on the situation ASAP, it will get out of control. That's just how it goes. It's going further and further. Social media has took it to a whole nother level where when people are disrespectful, they get a certain attention. And that's the attention that they feel that they're not getting. So kids are going to do it. Are you going to accept it? That's the thing. As a parent, you should demand respect. You are not your child's friend until they turn 18. When they're 18, I cannot be responsible for what you do legally. So yes, I can be your friend. But if I'm responsible for what you do legally, I'm not your friend. The game. Now, as a parent, you can be involved in your child's life and things not go right within the system. These things happen. And kids can get out of control because they feel like they have a certain blanket that allows them to get out of control. We got to be real with this now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's be real with this.
Hey.
The system has given them a blanket to get out of control where you can't get the respect in line. And it's kids that get so far gone you can't do anything with them. And some people tend to bring themselves down trying to balance that situation. Some situations you just gotta let go. Some people say, man, I would die for my kid. Would you really? Have you ever died? Let's say would you go to jail for your kid? Let's start there because that's more realistic where you can feel it as versus you can just say it and think it. You know, it's a lot of things. That's a lot of things we do. I want to be real. We'll say some things and there'll be some fairy tale things and we'll really think because that makes us believe that that's it, right? But it's not reality. Now, let's say reality, right? If you were to go to jail for your child, would you be okay with that? Would you say, I'm all right with doing this? We got to be real. Let's be real. You wouldn't. So, you got to be mindful, man. The kids have got disrespectful to a whole nother level, man. And it's multiple reasons why they have got out of control. Social media. If you yell at the kid too hard, you abuse them. Kids will lie and make stories up on you. It's to a point now where you only can do what you can. And we got to be honest with that, right? You only can do what you can. We have to be honest with that. And this here, I want to say this here, right? When I Google why kids have no respect for adults, this is what it says. Lack of problem-solving skills. Children may not yet know how to express frustration or solve problems in a healthy way. But the children are observing what's going on with you. If you get upset and you're being disrespectful, they're observing that. You hear me? If you get upset and are being disrespectful to other people, they're observing that. They're going to take on what you do. They're going to take on what they see from you. you got to watch what you do around them. And you got to definitely separate them understanding that I'm your parent and you're the child. Has your kid ever challenged you? Have you ever been in that situation? Because there's mothers out there that their kid done challenged them, but they don't want to tell nobody. They don't want to tell nobody that their kid challenged them. Their kid was being disrespectful to them. They don't want to tell nobody that. Knowing that it's going to get worse. There's no kid that starts disrespecting the parent and it doesn't get worse. It's only going to get worse. It never gets better. And I want to say this, right? There's some parents that feed the fire, fuel the fire of the child to be the disrespectful child that they become, and then want the other person, the other parent, to get involved to maintain the situation, to get involved to handle and level the situation. Something that they created now. It's mothers that created the child to be disrespectful. But then you want the other parent to come in and help level out this issue that you created. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's mothers that created the monster, but want the other parent to fix it. I think once that monster starts growing, it's irreversible. You can't fix it. Let's talk about it. I think once that monster is formed, you can't fix it at all.
Yeah. Hey.
Kids is on the go as far as you allow. And it starts young. You have to make sure you set boundaries while they're young. If you don't set boundaries while they're young, they will disrespect you. It's gonna come a time where the child wants to challenge you. And every human being has felt that. And we gotta be real. Every human being has felt the time where they wanted to challenge their parent on something. But not every human being did it. That's the thing. Every human being has said, I don't like this and I wish I could do this and I'm going to do this. But not every human being has done it. And that comes with a certain kind of structure inside the household. If there's a certain kind of structure in the household that the kid understands that I'm not going to challenge my parent, then it won't go that far. But the ones that do, they feel that if I'm disrespectful, My parent still gonna buy me things. They still gonna look at me as if I'm the best child in the world. You have to set boundaries. If you don't set those boundaries, they will challenge you. Every child, every human has thought, should I challenge my parent? But the ones that felt like their parent was their friend, those are the ones that challenged. And I'm going to keep it a bean. When you make your child feel like they are your friend before they become an adult, they challenge their friends, right? Let's be real. They challenge their friends. They're going to challenge you.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Hey.
Has your child ever challenged you? Have you ever experienced that situation where your child challenged you and you sat back and realized why they challenged you? Because you allowed them to get a little too comfortable. You allowed them to forget that you were the parent and they were the child. That's so important. You hear me?
Yeah.
Setting those boundaries. Your child is going to disrespect you if you do not set those boundaries. And there's some people that want to treat the kids like dolls when they're growing. When they start talking, they want to allow them to say negative things and they think it's a joke. Where you think it's going to go when you do that? You can't allow them to start at that level and then think you have the ability to correct them. You hear me? I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
When you allow the kids to be disrespectful to your friends at a young age, their minds are sponges. So they're not forgetting that. They don't have to worry about no bills and responsibilities. All those things that they're learning at that moment are the things they know. So when you're telling them, tell this person to S my D, tell this person to kiss my B. When you telling a kid to do that, you're forming the monster. We just got to be real. Let's crack the whip on that. You are forming the monster because you encouraged this at the time where they understood nothing but what you was teaching them. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But we're not going to acknowledge that. It's people that encourage that situation, right? And they don't want to acknowledge that because they know they put that fuel on that fire and they can't put it out. It got out of control. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? It's going to get out of control because that's all they know is what you taught them. They don't know anything else but the things that you put in their head to tell this person, S my D. Tell this person, F you. Tell this person, you ain't this. Those are the things that they're going to know. When they go to school, those are the things they're going to reference to. When they hanging out with the friends, those are the things they're going to reference to. And then also, those are the friends they're going to hang out with. You hear me? Let's keep it a bean now. Let's keep it a bean now. They're going to pay attention to the things you taught them at that age, because they didn't have any responsibilities. They didn't have anything to worry about. But the things you taught them are the things that's going to haunt you later. You hear me? Let's be real. The things that people are teaching the kids when they're young are the things that's coming back and biting them later, man. Let's be real. You have to set boundaries in your household for your kids to understand how to respect other adults out in the world. You have to be a parent, letting them know what they can't do, what they can do, for them to have respect for other adults out in public. And even to have respect for you. Once you allow the disrespect to start, it will never stop. I want to tell you that. It's people that done got older and they still disrespect their parents. They still are disrespectful because it started somewhere. You have to set boundaries. Your kid is going to respect you only as much as you demand. Do you hear me? Listen to me now. Your kid is only going to respect you as much as you demand. That's it. Big facts. If you don't demand it, they're not going to respect you. Now, if you had that situation happen to you before, right? You'll understand where I'm coming from. Hey, listen. Real stuff. Parents want to be buddy too much. William Brett, bro. They always want to be buddy, right? And then wonder why the kid challenged you and ready to put their hands on you. Once it get to that point, you lost total control. There's parents that created that monster, and now the kid is willing to step to them and smack on them because they never set those boundaries. And that's real rap. At 51, you understand I still have to respect my mother. My mother is my mother. Why would I want to cuss in front of her? And it's people that feel that it's okay to cuss in front of their parents and feel comfortable with it. You hear me? Feel comfortable with cussing in front of their parent. Oh, I'm grown too. You should still feel uncomfortable. Because I had an uncle, he would always remind me, rest his soul, my Uncle Cliffy, I'm still your uncle. If he felt I was going to say anything out of pocket before I did it, he would say, I'm still your uncle. That's how you have to be demanding respect as a parent. And you got to respect other kids too. Real rap. The respect level is at an all-time low. Kids won't even say thank you when you hold the door. They don't say excuse me. They don't say please. They say huh. You got to correct them all the time. And then if you do correct them, Why I gotta say that? Hold up. You're a kid, man. Understand that. And then turn around and ask you for something. That's deep. Turn around and ask you for something without having respect for you. The game has changed. And that's why a lot of people don't want to deal with disrespectful kids. Because it's a challenge. It's a challenge that everybody doesn't want to get in the mix of. Disrespectful kids can cause you trouble, a lot of problems. And the world, the state looks at it like, well, they're just disrespectful. Well, some people don't have to deal with that. Kids have got out of control because the household has not set the foundation. And if it's a parent in this household and a parent in that household, both parents have to be understanding each other, not saying, oh, you can do this over here and you can do this over here, or letting the child see you wanting to challenge the other parent in serious situations. Letting the child see you talk negative about the other parent. Because the child's mind is a sponge, right? And the child is only going to believe the things they hear. So if you're saying some things that might not be true, but it's only true to you because the things you say become your reality, the child is going to be taking this in. The child is going to think these things are true. And the child might form a certain disrespectful manner because of that. Now the child's already disrespectful to you. Now the child's being disrespectful to the other parent. How you think the child's going to have any respect outside the household? Let's be real now. The child's not going to have respect for anything, anybody. But the child's still going to need somebody. The child's still going to need to be provided for. You got to watch what you say and how you act in front of your kid, in front of other kids, in front of kids, period. Because they can pick up disrespectful manners from anybody. You hear me? They can pick up disrespectful manners from anybody. It's who they're around. You got to watch who they're around. And that's important. It's very important. You got to watch who they're around, what they're into. Because once it gets out of control, right, there's no coming back. When a good person, and we're not going to say good girl because you know that was the slogan. When a good girl is going bad, she's going forever. We're going to say when a good person is gone, they're gone forever. And you come in naturally good in life. Now you can be corrupted at a young age. Once you get corrupted, you can lose sight of anything. And a lot of kids come in this life being corrupted because parents want to be your kid's friend. You are not your kid's friend until they turn 18.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Hey.
You are not your kid's friend until they become 18. Trying to be their friend while they're a teenager, while they're a young kid, is only going to lead to them challenge you. They're going to challenge you. And when they challenge you, you can't expect for others to assist you. You know why? Because a lot of parents don't want no one to assist them when the kid is young, starting to get out of control. They get in the don't say nothing to my kid. You better not touch my kid. That's my kid. Not understanding that the kid is on a road to destruction because you're encouraging it. Now let's be real on that. Let's be real on that, man. You're encouraging the destruction. So what you think is going to happen? Let's be real. The kid will get out of control if you don't set boundaries. It's very important for the kid to understand you are the parent and they are the child. You know, it's a lot of kids that are influenced by this left-handed stuff in life, right? And being as though that they're influenced by the left-handed stuff, society in the world is trying to make it a norm to let your kid express themselves. If you don't let the kid express themselves, they don't want to come out and be who they really are. Well, everybody understands that everything we learn is taught to us. So if we're taught to be left-handed, that's what's going to happen. That doesn't mean you shouldn't make sure that you discipline your child, make sure that your child understands what he or she shouldn't do. That's what it's saying now. Oh, you just got to be open. No, you should be correcting your child. You should be telling your child what they can and what they cannot do. What they can and what they can't do. You should be telling them that. And a lot of parents want to let the kid be free so that they can feel that the kid is able to come talk to them. Let's be real with that, right? They want to say, well, I want my kid to come talk to me. If your kid doesn't fear certain consequences, right? They're going to go out there and cross all the boundaries. Let's be real now. If your kid doesn't fear certain consequences, they're going to go out there and cross all the boundaries they can. Because they don't fear consequences. Now, we're going to be real and make this simple. As an adult, most people fear going to jail, right? As an adult, most people fear going to jail. That's why they don't commit crimes. When a kid does not fear that they have consequences, they will act out. That's what happens. There's no consequence. I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm not going to be put on punishment. I'm still going to be able to go to the party. Why would I correct what I'm doing wrong? Let's be real with that, man. We got to be real. Parents got to start cracking the whip. Parents got to start cracking the whip. You don't crack the whip, you better understand they will challenge you. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they challenge you? If you don't crack the whip, they will challenge you. Kids look for that pocket. You hear me? They look for the pocket, and whereas though I feel this is the angle I should come and I'm going to get away. You got to shut those pockets down, man. Once you say something to your kid and they snap back at you, the first time and you let it slide, just know you building it up. It's coming. They're going to be disrespectful to another level to you soon. A kid has to understand, watch your mouth, stay in your place. Those things got to be taught from jump. If you're not laying those laws down in the household, you better know the kid feels there is no law to be respectful. That law starts in house. The law to be respectful starts in house, not outside. You got to put that, yo, listen, when I say this, I mean this. This is what I want done. If you don't do that, they're going to be disrespectful. Now it comes at a time as they're growing into becoming an adult, they get a certain leeway, but you never allow them to say anything to you, as in being disrespectful. Yeah, you can have an opinion, but you can't have a disrespectful opinion on what's going on with me or in the household. As a parent, you have to set those boundaries. Because once you allow them to feel like they're your friend, that's where they're going to keep it at. There's no more respect. My grandmother made sure I was a child that no matter what, you respect me. And grandmoms today, they don't see any value in the grandkid having respect for them. They don't see the reasoning to make sure that they understand that they have respect. Respect is important to be installed in the kids, man. You have to have a certain level of respect in the household, or your kid is going to go outside and be disrespectful. You can't encourage the BS. You cannot encourage the BS. If you encourage the BS, they're going to challenge you. You have to understand that, man. I'm going to keep that 100. If you encourage the BS, they will challenge you. You have to set boundaries. Kids are going to go as far as you allow them. They're going to watch the people that are around them, the people that they see in school. They're going to watch how they handle certain adults, and they're going to gravitate to whatever behaviors they feel is going to work for them. But as a parent, when you see certain behaviors starting to form, you got to nip it in the bud. You can't laugh along with it. You can't agree with it. Once you start saying, oh, that was funny. Oh, that's okay. Oh, this is all right. All it does is open up the door for the child to build this type of attitude. That's it. You have to shut the things down ASAP. But I'm wondering, let me know, man. Have you had any of those situations? Have you experienced a situation where you was challenged and it just got out of control. I see mothers on Facebook. I see them on there. They expressing now that the kids is challenging them. What do I do? Do you know any therapists? My kid has anger issues. This is what they saying now. My kid has anger issues. Do you know anybody that can talk to him? Talking is not going to help it after it spiraled out of control. We got to be real now. It's past talking. Talking was supposed to be formed when you was like, ooh, little boo-boo, come here, ooh, say this, ooh, say that, oh, say this, say that. That's when you was supposed to be talking. That's when everybody was supposed to be involved at that time. It's too late now. You created a monster. And then it goes to, well, the dad wasn't there. Well, why wasn't the dad there? What happened? It's always a story inside of a story. Some of y'all created the monster that y'all want to fix. And y'all want someone else to do it. You feel if I get somebody else to help me, it can fix this. No, it's already done spiraled out of control. It's gone. It's out of control. You got to understand, you have to have boundaries in the household. If you don't have boundaries, they will disrespect you. This is what's going on, man. And it's not getting no better. Nothing's getting better. It's only getting worse. Because social media is getting bigger. AI is about to take over. AI is about to take over. You can go on there and learn anything negative. The internet has positive things and the internet has negative things. The world is excited by all negative things. The kids are the sponges. They are the ones that are going to endure all the negative things. If you think it's cool, they think it's cool. So that you know, they're paying attention to you. It was a time, right, where kids was told, you can't come out of your room after 8. I got company downstairs, right? And you would have a good old time downstairs. And as a kid, you would hear the music in the rooms. You would hear music inside the rooms, right? But the parents would be down there having a good old time. The parents would be down there doing what they do, and the kids would be separated, right? They would be separated. But now, the parents will have a party downstairs, and they'll have the kids down there with them. The kids will be in the party with them. They drinking, they smoking, and the kids is running around inside the party. No separation. It's no line in between. They are involving the kids in adult entertainment. So what do you think a sponge that doesn't understand life at the time is doing? They're paying attention. That's what they're doing. They're paying attention to you. You have to understand that. They're paying attention to you. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. Hey, yo, we be right back. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Hey, yo, we back, man. Oh, man. I had an unexpected knock at the door, right? And they said, somebody said it was a trailer for sale here. I'm like, hold up. I don't have a trailer for sale. I don't know what's going on with that, but hey, somebody playing. I don't know. But yeah, it's your boy DZ, man. We're gonna do these live call-ins. And make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. And share this video. You got a topic you want to talk about? Let's call in and talk about it. Let's sit down together and we're gonna talk about it, man. It's your boy DZ, man. We in the building, man. We working. Channel growing. I appreciate everybody that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all the best. I appreciate the subscribers. I appreciate anybody hit the like button. And I appreciate it. Your boy DZ, man. We growing. And we just gonna stay at it. You know? We coming from the bottom, man. And we appreciate all the viewers. Anybody that looks at it. Got to start calling in, though. We need some people to call in and tell me how you feel about it. Because I'm sure today, somebody is dealing with a disrespectful kid that they can't get under control. I'm sure. They out there heavy. It's a lot of disrespectful kids. If you got a kid that's being disrespectful, call in. Let's talk about it. It's your boy DZ, man. You already know. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Nah.